Welcome back. This just in, Kasich is still eating. Good for him, I say. All right. It's what Bill Clinton does best, unloading on people. On Thursday, he unloaded on some Black Lives Matter protesters at a campaign event in Philadelphia, a.k.a. the Windy City. See? They heckled Clinton for a 1994 bill he signed into law that increased sentences for gang-related offenses. One protester yelled, "Black youth are not super predators," a reference to a statement Hillary once made as First Lady. Bill fired back.
This is what's the matter. I don't know how you would characterize the gang leaders who got 13-year-old kids hopped up on crack and sent them out onto the street to murder other African-American children. Maybe you thought they were good citizens. She didn't. She didn't. You are defending the people who kill the lives you say matter. Tell the truth.
And it wasn't the only highlight of the night. Earlier in the event, Clinton took a sly shot at President Obama's handling of world affairs.
Unlike when I became president, a lot of things are coming apart around the world now. We'd like to just think about our economic issues, but you got to worry about a collapse in Europe dragging back the American economy. You've got to worry about all these, the largest number of refugees since World War II. And all this stuff comes home.
Afterwards, Mr. Clinton took his mind off political matters by having sex with a carburetor. Camille, I say kudos to Bill, and I never say kudos to anyone. I think he spoke truth to obnoxiousness.
Yeah, mostly. I mean, the crime bill was a miserable failure and a mistake.
I disagree, but go ahead.
But the Black Lives Matter kids are making stuff up when they say that Hillary called black people super predators. She said that people who are perpetrating violent crimes are super predators. The only racists are them for presuming that she was talking about black folks. So that's yeah.
Good point. I do disagree. I do believe, though, that the Anti-Violent Act of 1994 did contribute to reducing homicide rates by basically truth in sentencing laws. That's all it was. 85%. You had to serve 85% of your sentence, and they also put out 100,000 new cops. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, I think the stepping up the drug war is problematic.
I agree
because of the cycle of violence, and I think that particular legislation was a response to the crack epidemic, which wasn't a real thing.
I agree with you on that.
That's good.
Yeah, but crack was a real thing. Trust me. I don't remember 91 to 93, Stuart.
Well, you know, this whole thing, it's all about the police relationship with minorities.
Right.
And I'm watching this, I think, wait a minute, I've never seen that. For 20 years, I could not get a driving ticket because, you know, I get pulled over, I'm doing 90 miles an hour on Sunset Boulevard, and they pull, Mr. Copeland, I can't give you a ticket. And that went on for a long time. I'm in a band called The Police, you know. They're not going to arrest me. And so my interaction with cops has always been really great. Until after 20 years of this, finally I get one cop, an African-American, who did not hear Roxanne, I guess. And I got my first...
Even from Eddie Murphy.
He was absolutely calm, efficient, respectful, and gave me a ticket.
Yeah, dare he? Yeah. That's racist. By the way, if I start a band, I'm going to call it the Hookers.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
All right, Andrew.
Yes.
Thoughts? Prayers?
On what?
Anything you want.
Bill Clinton is a Jedi, man.
Yeah.
This guy, I mean, look, a lot of protesters. The protesters have been dealing with stormtroopers, basically, right now. All the candidates right now are stormtroopers, and Clinton is a Jedi. You cannot come at him unless you've had some Jedi training. And this man just took the lightsaber out and lit him up.
Yeah.
Her too, by the way.
But then, Joe, he kind of apologized the next day, like he felt bad. What did you make of his performance overall, on stage?
I find the Clintons really, I sympathize with them, honestly, when they're approached by Black Lives Matter protesters, because they really want to listen and they really want to help, and they hardly get to speak. I mean, in the whole transcript of his speech, he could hardly get words out. He's like, you're just going to keep talking, you're not going to listen to me.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's not a conversation. It's not a dialogue. It's just angry people yelling. And I think the Clintons really do want to listen, and they can't.
Andrew, let me get Kat in.
Yeah.
You've had your time disrespecting America. Kat, you're the expert here. People say the language was insensitive. Was it?
I guess, but who cares if it was insensitive or not? He sounded sick.
Yeah, he does sound.
Did anyone else notice that he sounded very, very sick?
He sounded tired.
He sounded tired. You know, I just feel like the crime bill, I agree with Camille, is bad. And they were very prison happy in the 90s. And it's very, very hypocritical of Hillary to come out and saying, there's too many people in the prison. Yeah, lady, you helped put them there. So I understand their point. But at the same time, these protesters are.
Do you know who put those people in prison, Kat? Black community leaders who wanted that bill. Black community leaders.
That's what I'm saying.
Call them at home.
Okay.
Roger Stone would want you to do that.
Okay, you just call them at what?
I don't know what I'm saying.
I'm just saying people shouldn't be sent to prison for doing drugs.
I agree.
Okay, so I've never been arrested, and I've never had that experience, and now I'm like too old for it to be cute, so.
All right, okay. Don't know what that means, so we'll take a break. Coming up, my lunch. Should have had that second burrito. But first, Joanne helps Katherine decide who to vote for in the New York primary. It's the fake game show that won't teach us anything. Stick around.
If you'll be in the New York area and would like to be part of our studio audience, email Greg Tix at foxnews.com.